Hey guys, so today I want to talk to you about the recent boxing match between Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley, because apparently a lot of people have been saying that the boxing match was rigged and it's all a giant conspiracy. Now, I've read a few reasons why people think they would rig this fight, and one of them, I guess, is that Jake Paul is this rising boxing star, and his fights are bringing in so much money that it's better for everybody if he just keeps winning the fights so he can bring in more money for the next fight. And his opponent is already retired and like 40 years old, so him losing isn't really a big deal as long as he's getting paid enough. And I've read a few other reasons why people think it's rigged, and one of the reasons why people believe this is because of this part in the fight right here, where people claim that Woodley could have just finished Jake Paul here, but he kind of like held back and stopped fighting and let Jake Paul recover because they had already predetermined that Jake Paul had to win this fight. So I decided to do some investigating to see if I could find any signs of a conspiracy, and I think I actually came across something here. So let me explain. So when Jake Paul showed up to this fight, he was wearing this electronic belt that says Jake Paul around it, and he posted this exact image on Twitter to show off this belt, but I noticed that in the image he posted, all you can see are the letters J, A, and L, and I thought, where have I seen J, A, and L before? And then I remembered that J, A, L are the letters for Japan Airlines. So I start looking further into Japan Airlines, and I come across the Japan Airlines conspiracy, which is when Flight 1628 apparently was surrounded and followed by UFOs. And there was tons of articles about it, but apparently it was just covered up. So I decided to look into it further, and it turns out that this incident happened on November 17th, 1986. Well, guess what else happened on that exact same day? Actor Alan Hewitt died at age 71, and he was known for being in My Favorite Martian. What are the chances? So I thought, okay, he died at 71. What does the number 71 mean? Well, apparently during the boxing match, Jake Paul outlanded Woodley by a margin of 71 to 52. So again, 71. Well, then I remembered that Jake had an amazing smash hit song called It's Everyday Bro, and one of the lyrics in that song is Jake Paul is number one. Well, then I realized if you take the 52 from those fight numbers and subtract the number 1 that Jake Paul claims to be in his song, it gives you 51, or Area 51. So I start looking into Area 51 again, and I find this article talking about Area 51 that says the US military UFO report does not confirm or rule out alien activity, and this was published on the 13th of June. So I look up the date June 13th, and it turns out this album also came out on the exact same day, and it comes from Germany. Now, what other horrifying, terrible thing do we know came from Germany? Blood sausage. But also, look at the name of the album, Alien Fight Club. So now things are starting to make sense, and I believe what has happened is that they have taken UFOs from Area 51, which includes Jake Paul, covered them up, made them look human, and now have an alien fight club, and they are forcing these poor aliens to do boxing matches to raise money for God knows what. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, James, an alien fight club? You stupid idiot. This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard, you big piece of shit. Go yourself, you loser. God, you are a mistake, you piece of dog shit. I hate your guts. And trust me, I fully understand why you would say that. In fact, my mom said those exact words to me just this morning. But if you just hear me out for one more minute, I think I can prove this to you and change your mind. So Jake Paul is 1.85 meters tall. If you take 185 and add 628, which is the area code that serves the state of California, which is where Jake Paul lives, it gives you 813. So I look up 813 and I find this article that says of the 813 species of alien animals and plants recorded across all national parks, and a bunch of other crap I didn't want to read. And I thought, okay, I guess we're just gonna casually admit that there's 813 species of alien animals and plants and no one's gonna question it. But anyways, that gets me to look into the number 813 even more, and I find this jacket that was for sale on eBay, and look at the time this sale ended. September 1st, 2021 at exactly 8:13 or 8:13 a.m. And look at where it was shipping from, Japan, the exact same place where those UFOs chased that airplane. More importantly, look at the item number of this jacket, 3182011. Or if you break it down, 3/18/2011 or March 18th, 2011. And what else came out on March 18th, 2011? A certain movie called Paul, which is about a bunch of guys trying to hide an alien and even has the name Paul in the title, as in Jake Paul. So guys, I think I've done a pretty good job of proving that there is in fact a conspiracy connected to this Jake Paul boxing match. and that Jake Paul is in fact an alien from Area 51 being forced to fight in alien boxing matches against his will. Hashtag save Jake Paul. On a side note, I should mention that Nicholas Roy has decided to join the Patreons in my Patreon basement, and to welcome him, I decided to obliterate him with a set of jumper cables attached to a car battery. I have no real good reason as to why I did this, I just thought that he might enjoy getting electrocuted, and you guys might enjoy watching it. So if you would like to come and hang out in the Patreon basement with the other Patreon supporters, there's a link to my Patreon in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Just do the math, the numbers don't lie. Who wouldn't trust some Canadian?